We are also watching Alibaba this morning. Got to talk about this one. The Chinese tech giant posted solid results for its June quarter, reporting a 51% year-over-year increase in net profit, driven by revenue that rose 14% year-over-year. Now, the e-commerce company that topped analyst expectations, even as economic growth in China has wavered. But Alibaba's push into overseas markets is boosting results, with revenue from international commerce retail surging by 60% year over year to 17.14 billion yuan in the June quarter here. Now, a few things to break down just briefly here on Alibaba. This is, of course, important to remember that they have the different kind of businesses that they've broken out into, all aligning under and the six major businesses, all aligning under Alibaba in this reorganization. And one of those that caught my eye particularly and should continue to catch investors' eyes is that cloud segment, because that is on a revenue basis the second largest performer there. And they've been trying to make sure that Alibaba's cloud business continues to grow even more into the Western Hemisphere. Now, with some of the kind of larger concerns around where some of the deglobalization efforts that have been put forward, or at least the environment, where that actually kind of puts a little bit of a cap on some of that growth ambition, at least in this near term. But for Alibaba and that cloud business, you did see, I think it was about 3%, 4% year over year growth in that business. And then additionally here, just looking through where in the Taobao and Tmall group, part of that larger kind of e-commerce consortium, that too continuing to see just solid growth. And you think about the reopening trade that a lot of people had looked at within China, and particularly for e-commerce. This is a company that directly would benefit from that if some of the spending were as strong as the projections were coming into the start of the year.
Although to your point, it's interesting how international business also did well. Yeah. Investors are still sort of trying to figure out what to do with this company now, given that it is going to be sort of splitting up here. David Zhang, who led the company through this conference call, this is, I believe, his last one as CEO. He's going to be leading the cloud business. So that's something that people are considering here. So it just, this is a company that is in flux, whose parts are obviously as large alone as many other large companies. Yeah. So it just, they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, absolutely. So taking a look at shares of Alibaba, our viewers saw that moving higher by about 3% here pre-market. We'll see exactly where that continues to trend towards. They're up like 7%, year to date. So we've seen a little bit of a gain, but not a huge one. It's been a wild year for them. Yeah, it has.